When you were a high school student, did you ever feel unprepared for what life was going to throw at you? A survey conducted by the Association of American Colleges and Universities found that only 55% of students attending high school felt prepared for the real life world. Life is a whole lot more than knowing just how to solve equations and the science behind everything. Think back to when you were growing up. Do you remember how you learned how to cook, clean, or even write a resume? Many people today find themselves searching the internet for these kinds of answers, when that should not be the case. Our education system should be teaching our young adults on how to complete these tasks for future success later down the road. I am Abigail McIntosh, and I have witnessed and experienced this firsthand. The education system should be teaching high school students adulthood responsibilities. Some of these responsibilities include professional, financial, and home leadership. To begin with, we will discuss the importance of professional leadership. Professional leadership is crucial for getting out in the world. By having good professional leadership, this will help students understand how to get a job. One way this can be achieved is by learning how to write a resume. Everyone who has ever tried to get their first job knows how hard that can be without having prior work experience. But by having a good resume, this can help put you apart from your competition. Chris Colliner writes that an average of 27.5% of teens held jobs during the school year, and 30.8% of teens were employed during summer months in 2020. So here we have a graph from percentages of teenagers enrolled in school and working in the U.S. from 1985 to 2020. So you see the pattern here where it starts about 26% and goes up, down. We see constant up and downs up until we get to about 2001, and that's where we start to see a sudden decrease in the amount of students. Once students secure a job, this can help them climb the ladder of success later down the road. The more work experience that they have, the easier it will be to get a better job when that opportunity arises. This way, they can get a feel for what they may or may not want to do for the rest of their life as a career. Rex writes that finding and obtaining a job will help teens develop basic work skills such as putting together a resume, going on interviews, and cooperating with colleagues and bosses. Which brings me to how professional leadership will teach you how to work well with others. Most young adults don't know how to interact with people due to the progression of technology. By having students conduct more group assignments, this will stimulate working with colleagues in the workforce. Luke and Holt writes that all professions require a certain level of technical skills, expertise, combined with soft adaptation skills to work with people. Having students participate in community service is a great way to teach professional leadership. By having students conduct community service, this helps them understand how to work well with others. This also gives them a sense of reward, like working hard to receive a paycheck. Another important thing about developing professional leadership is learning how to take ownership. By having students step out of their comfort zone and have a safe zone to do that will help them realize what they are good at and what they're bad at and take ownership of that. By giving them these opportunities, this gives them the courage to make mistakes and learn life lessons from them. A way this can be achieved is by giving them scenarios. For instance, when I'm in physical therapist assistant school, our teachers give us scenarios based off something we might see in our future job. By doing so, we're able to do what we think is best, but also get critiques from our teachers to know what they would do and what we can do better. It gives us a safe place to do that rather than on our patients in the real world. By giving students a safe place to fail, this gives them more confidence later down the road. Communication skills are a major role in developing professional leadership. By having students take speech classes in high school, this gives them a jump on adulthood. Positive Action staff states that learning communication skills, students learn to speak clearly and assertively while respecting other people's opinions. They also state that practicing speech will help avoid miscommunications, overreacting, and misinterpretations. Communication skills are beneficial in every field of work, whether it's with your future patients, clients, or customers. There's always controversy in every job, but being able to listen to their concern and communicate thoughts well will help them with their professional leadership. The next skill that should be taught to students is financial leadership. Having knowledge in finances can help prevent a life of debt. Students are forced to make decisions very early on in life, whether that's going to college or going straight into the workforce. Many school systems push college without even giving an alternative. It is important that teachers are leaders and give them the pros and cons of their choices. Money is a big factor in this decision. Some students are blessed with financial stable parents, while others have to look for financial support elsewhere. With that being said, making sure students are aware of everything student loans are entitled to is key. Student loans can be scary, and making sure they pick the right one is crucial in their future if they decide to go that route. Teachers should be teaching them about interest rates and credit scores. Board says that according to their study, students believe that a good credit score was over 500, and 1/3 of those students answer that a good credit score is 300 or less. Student loans are great for obtaining a degree, but at what cost? College is great, but it's not for everyone. So giving the benefits of technical school where a grant or a scholarship can pay for it and they can get out into the workforce is great, or just going straight into the workforce, because we still need those jobs such as a plumber, electrician, any of those things that don't require a 4-year degree. Finance Online says that student debt is one of the major reasons why young adults can't start a business or haven't got married. Students should be aware of what personal finances are. One of those is knowing how credit cards work, since major credit card companies target young adults because they know that they do not have the education of what they entitle. Without knowledge of these things, this can affect your credit score, which can affect buying a house or buying a car later down the road. Students should also be taught about taxes. I do understand that economics is taught in high school, but many students don't take it seriously and it goes in one ear and out the other. Board states that 41% of students believe that they are entitled to receive their paid taxes after filing their federal income tax returns, or that they shouldn't have to pay taxes at all. Students should also be aware of how to save and invest money. By starting to invest money earlier, this can help multiply your money later on down the road. White writes that $23,082 is the amount that you lose of your savings just by waiting 1 year to start investing. Students should be taught on how to make a budget, because this can help decrease stress when it comes time for them to have to pay bills. Finally, the importance of home leadership. All students should be taught home leadership and how to upkeep their home. Students of every gender should be taught how to do household chores. Many male students are unaware of how to do inside house chores, while many women are unaware of how to do outside house chores. Brennan states that women in relationships are primarily responsible for laundry, cleaning house, and preparing meals, while men are in charge of keeping the car in good condition and doing yard work. But with that being said, what if they're living on their own? Who's going to do the laundry or cook the meals or make sure the yard looks nice and pretty? This is why this should be taught in high school. Cooking should be taken more seriously in high school. One of the most leading causes of obesity is due to the fact that young adults do not know how to cook. Education Lifestyle says that basic cooking skills can help improve health, save money, and create positive family interactions. Culinary classes should be enforced for all students so they can all learn basic recipes and the do's and don'ts of the kitchen. Now let's wrap things up. Education systems should have been teaching our youth adult responsibilities sooner. Students should be learning professional, financial, and home leadership in high school. Can you imagine what the future looks like if our youth does not start to get the education that they need to be successful as an adult? If you have kids, think about them. This is who we're advocating for. Thank you.